A lot of people they're alleging that Netanyahu was the one who is responsible for the death of this guy, Charlie Kirk. Take a listen.
Country's a fortress. When I first heard this story, I still had the same gut instinct that I did initially. I find this very hard to believe. I've been to that Gaza border. You cannot go 10 feet without running into a 19-year-old with an AR-15 or an automatic machine gun that is an IDF soldier, right? The whole country is surveilled. And so let me just kind of go through this. We don't talk about Israeli politics very often, and most Americans don't know this. The last 9 months, Israel was on the brink of civil war. It's not an exaggeration. This judicial stuff, there were hundreds of thousands of Israelis taking to the streets because Bibi Netanyahu is basically redefining the Israeli constitution. That's not an exaggeration, right? He said the judicial branch has too much power. There were protests planned this week against Netanyahu, where they anticipated tens of thousands of people to take to the streets. That's all gone, Patrick. Netanyahu now has an emergency government and a mandate to lead. I'm not willing to go so far that saying that Netanyahu knew or there was intelligence here. But I think some questions need to be asked. Was there a stand down order? Was there a stand down order? 6 hours? I don't believe it. Israel's the size of New Jersey. When I took a helicopter ride from Jerusalem to the Gaza border, it's 45 minutes. Wow. 6 hours. They're live streaming the killing of Jews. Did somebody in the government say stand down? That is a legitimate non-conspiracy question. The whole
Wow. I mean, this is wow.
country is the IDF. The whole country is.
Yeah.
And you're trying to tell me that they're going to concerts and kibbutzes and schools and by report.
Here you have it, guys. Here you have it. He's lashing out at Netanyahu. Of course, a lot of us, we think that he is actually pro-Netanyahu, pro-Israel, pro-Zionist, but his views were changing, and this is what is also coming on the news. Charlie Kirk feared Israel would kill him if he stepped out of line. Kirk was under pressure from Zionist media before his assassination for hosting anti-Zionist at TPUSA events, stating that Epstein was Mossad and questioning Netanyahu's role in October 7th. He did not only question Netanyahu's part in the Gaza genocide, he also raised question about October 7th attack, why Israel did not respond to that attack from Hamas. And this is why I also want to share with you some more information just to show you guys what is really happening. So here you have a tweet from Harrison Smith. He said, quote, "I'm not gonna name names, but I was told by someone close to Charlie Kirk that Charlie thinks Israel will kill him if he turns against him." One very interesting thing about this whole tragedy, yes, I do call it a tragedy, and I know what Charlie Kirk he stands for, is that the shooter, he was very, very professional, very, very professional. He cannot be some John Boe Jane Doe from the street, picked up a gun and killed him. He was trained. Who trained him? Your guess. Let me know in the comment section.
Jewish communities have been pushing the exact kind of hatred against whites that they claim to want people to stop using against them. Now, I don't like generalizations. Not every Jewish person believes that. But it is true, the Anti-Defamation League was part and parcel with Black Lives Matter. It is true that some of the largest financiers of left-wing anti-white causes have been Jewish Americans. They went all in on woke, and it wasn't just ADL. It was some of the top Jewish organizations in the country that have done that. In fact, we have seen this with the recent retreat of Jewish donations that are no longer going to be administered to colleges, right? Mark Rowan, Leon Kopperman. Can we get that full list? It's very powerful. The part of the, so that's totally true. And by the way, Tucker Carlson reinforces this. So I'm going to it was quite a day on the internet. Tucker Carlson was
So you guys can see clearly that he was going against the Jews, especially the Zionists. He was exposing them, and it came to them as a shock.
And Jewish donors, they have a lot of explaining to do, a lot of decoupling to do, because Jewish donors have been the #1 funding mechanism of radical, open border, neoliberal, quasi-Marxist policies, cultural institutions, and nonprofits. This is a beast created by secular Jews. And now it's coming for Jews, and they're like, what on earth happened?
Unbelievable stuff. You probably have not seen these clips from him, but this is who he had become just a month ago. Netanyahu, breaking news, personally requested Chalie Kirk to visit Israel, who 2 weeks before his assassination, Kirk was rumored to have denied the request. It is not a rumor. It has been confirmed that Netanyahu, when he saw Chalie Kirk was stepping out of the line, he said, "Hey Charlie, why don't you visit me in this land of yours, Holy Land?" And then Chalie Kirk was like, "No, I'm not going to be visiting you. Say thanks, but no thanks." And then Netanyahu appeared on a interview. Now, take a look at this interview first, and then I will make my comment.
Before I let you go, I want you to address one thing, and it's just the absurdity of it. Some of the internet rumors that somehow Israel is behind the Chalie Kirk murder, and
Wow! Asking a head of state, even though it's a fake head of state, he's a fake guy. His name is fake. Everything about him is fake. But regardless of that, like asking a guy like who uses this title, Prime Minister of a country, that are you responsible for the killing of a foreigner in a foreign country? What do you have to say about that? Are you did you do it? Oh, my goodness.
I don't believe it for 1 second, but I want you to make a statement. It's so absurd.
That's insane. That's insane.
Okay, so the fact that he said that's insane instead of saying that is just crazy or no, we did not do it, he was like, that's insane, means no, it's not really insane. Take a look at his body language, his facial expression. He was like, no, that's insane, means no, that's not insane, that's something I did. Take a look one more time.
I don't believe it for 1 second, but I want you to make a statement. It's so absurd.
That's insane. That's insane.
Okay, so negative, when you put out two negatives with your body language and also with your tongue, that's not a good sign. Most likely you're lying, according to body language expert. That's insane. That's insane. No, that's not insane. This is what he's saying. That's not insane. This is what I did. But take a look what else he's saying.
Israel also changes the orbit of the moon. Israel pushes the sun. I mean, the whole thing it's not only insane, I think it's so absurd, so stupid, and so ridiculous. You can't believe that people.
I mean, the fact that this lady asked you is telling. It is telling, and the fact that a lot of people, millions perhaps, of Americans now asking this question: is Netanyahu behind this? Is Mossad behind this? Is CIA behind this? And why would they not ask? Seeing Chalie Kirk's, his views getting changed, he pivoted, he shifted actually so much against the Zionist state of Israel. People are worried that yes, perhaps it's a foreign country that took his life.
Yeah, absolutely.
We're like, maybe you're going to convince me. Maybe I'm going to convince you.
Well, I'm not trying to convince anybody of anything. I don't know if it's Israel or not. Since then, there's been a lot of people compiling what they think is evidence or showing.
Well, Dell Comstock's like super Delta Force dialed into everything. Yeah. He's thinking,
Well, and since it's all broken, today and yesterday, I've had multiple people reach out to me from high levels of government in multiple branches to tell me that I'm right, that it was Israel.
Well,
Unbelievable. I mean, why would people talk about Israel in all of this? Chalie Kirk's, his death. I mean, should people not be like, yeah, because of his support, unconditional support, his dedication towards the cause of Zionist state of Israel, the state of Israel would be at the receiving end for the loss of it. They should be absolutely devastated. They should be absolutely, ravaged, and they should be absolutely livid that their own one got killed. Instead of that, what the vibe you're getting, you are the one actually killed him. Wow. And finally, this piece of information is even more interesting, and we have seen this on social media, but I want you to take a look at this one. Okay, so I don't want to use the music here, but look, this guy, he is a settler from West Bank or from, I don't know, from wherever. But this is what the settlers, they do, those criminals in West Bank. This is exactly how they cheer. And this guy's cheering Charlie Kirk's death. Maybe after 2 seconds, when he was confirmed that he died, or he saw the blood gushing out from his neck, when he was 100% sure that he died, look at his celebration. This is very, very strange. I mean, even if you don't think he's a settler, I mean, for a normal human being to celebrate somebody's death is sick. And who are the sick people today? The Zionists, because they celebrate death, they celebrate genocide. So yeah, take a look at this one more time. I think, I mean, this is gonna stick with a lot of us. This is gonna stick with a lot of us about this whole thing. That yes, Zionists, most likely they are behind it. And this is my final point, guys. Where is the shooter? I mean, today we have how many hours? Like almost 2 days. They couldn't find the shooter. Maybe they will find the shooter after they stage the whole thing, and they come up with their own narrative, their own explanation. Because if he's a Zionist man, hitman, then the Zionists will try to set a narrative for the public to believe, just like they did with 9/11. So this is why perhaps they're taking time. But unbelievable stuff. Thank you so much for joining. See you in the next video.